So now we have the next topic, which is leadership. Leadership is the ability to influence and guide individuals or groups to work towards a common goal. A leader motivates and directs people to perform tasks effectively, which means that leadership, it is a very crucial aspect of management because it involves guiding, inspiring, and directing a team or the organization towards achieving the organizational objectives. Leadership in the if we talk it in the context of management, it refers to the process of influencing and guiding the individuals or teams to achieve the organizational goals. It's not just about giving orders, but it is about inspiring and motivating people to perform their best. And we can say effective leadership involves the understanding of the strengths and the weaknesses of team members, of creating an environment where everyone can thrive. And leadership will always help to set the directions and can create a vision for the future, ensuring that the team understands and is very much committed to the vision of the organization. So now the next topic is characteristics of leadership. Now the first characteristic is visionary. Visionary means that being visionary, it means that having a clear idea of where the members want to go, or where you want to go, and where you want to achieve in the future. Means what are your future goals? Means it's like having a roadmap that will show us the path of our goals. Visionary leaders will not only see the challenges ahead, but also can imagine the exciting possibilities and the opportunities that might occur in future, right? So having a vision will help leaders to inspire and guide others towards the common goals, right? So it gives everyone a clear purpose and direction for motivating them to work together and to stay focused on achieving the great things. So the second characteristic is integrity. Integrity means bringing the honest and fair in everything we do, right? So it's about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. So leaders with the integrity, they are more trustworthy because they always stick to their principles and treat everyone with very much respect, right? So integrity, it will bring trust. It will also build the respect among the organization when people, when we can say when the leaders especially, when they show the integrity, they create a safe and fair environment where employees will feel valued and important, and they will also be appreciated for the good working. So this trust helps team to work together smoothly and also to achieve the goals with the higher confidence. Now the third characteristic is empathy. Empathy means empathy is understanding and caring about how others feel. It's like putting yourself into the shoes of the others, right? So to see the things from their perspective. So leaders with empathy, they listen carefully to their team members. They'll show kindness. They will also support them whenever they need any support during their bad times. So empathy will build a strong relationship that will improve the communication between the leader and the team. Now, when leaders show empathy, they create a friendly and a supportive atmosphere where people feel understood and they feel motivated to work together towards the organizational goals. Now, this will make the team more stronger and more successful in future. Next characteristic is adaptability. Adaptability is it's being able to change and adjust when things don't go as planned. It's like being flexible and ready to try new ways of doing things when the situation calls for it, right? So leaders who are adaptable, who can handle the unexpected challenges, find the solution very quickly. For example, in a fast changing world, adaptability, it is a must key to stay successful. Leaders who can adapt themselves, who can adapt the inspire confidence, and they can keep their team motivated, they only can turn the challenges into opportunities. They will only keep moving forward, and no matter what the obstacles they face, during the operations of their business. Now, the next characteristic is decisiveness, which means that making the choices that confidently and quickly whenever it is needed. So it's about being able to weigh options, means which one is the best among the alternatives available. So it is important to make a decision and to take action without any hesitation. So decisive leaders, they are like captains who steer their ship with the certainty towards the destination. So, for example, think of a firefighter man, like who decides on the best way to put fire, right? So they will assess the situation, they will choose the right tool that should be used, and they will act swiftly, means quickly, to save the lives as well as the property that is in danger. So we can say that decisive leaders, they keep things moving and they prevent the delays. So they give clear directions, they inspire trust in their team. Now this confidence will help everyone who work together to collectively work towards the attainment of the organizational goals with a very quick speed and efficiency. Now the next feature is communication skills. Now communication skills are how well a leader can express ideas, and he can even listen to others, right? So it involves speaking clearly, it involves listening actively, and being able to to explain things in a way that everyone understands. Now the good communication will always help leaders to share their vision, to give the clear instructions, and even to build a strong relationships. Now, it helps to reduce the misunderstandings as well as it encourages the teamwork, making it easier to achieve the goals together. Now, the next characteristic is accountability, which means that taking the responsibility for your actions and your decisions. It involves owing up to the mistakes, learning from them, and then making the things in a right manner, or making the things right. So leaders who are accountable, they earn respect and trust. It creates a fair and honest environment where everyone feels valued and they feel motivated to do their best in the organization. Accountability always ensures that goals are met and problems are addressed promptly. Now, the next feature is resilience, which means that resilience is basically it is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep going even when things are very tough or very hard to attain, right? So it involves staying positive, learning from challenges, and adapting to the change that are occurring in the environment. Resilient leaders, they inspire the confidence and perseverance in their team, means they led by example, showing that the setbacks are temporary and can be overcome with determination, with a positive attitude. They can overcome those challenges. Resilience, it will help the teams by staying positive and to achieve the success whenever the difficult time arises. Now the next characteristic is humility. Humility, being modest, and humility is basically being modest and not thinking that you are better than others, right? So it involves admitting your mistakes, value others opinion, to value the others contribution, and being open to learn from everyone. Means leaders who show humility gain trust, they gain loyalty from their team or from the employees. It creates a supportive as well as an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued and appreciated in the organization. Humility will foster the collaboration as well as the innovation, as team members, they feel comfortable to share their ideas and they feel and working together towards the common goals. Now the last characteristic is empowerment. Empowerment is basically giving your team the authority and the responsibility to make decisions and take actions, right? So it involves trusting their abilities, providing them support, and allowing them to grow and to succeed. So empowered teams, they are more motivated and engaged, means they take the ownership of their work, they feel valued, and are willing to go above and beyond to achieve their goals. Empowerment will always foster a culture of innovation and initiatives, right? So, which will drive a continuous improvement and organizational success. Now, we are done with characteristics of leadership. Now, the next topic is leadership styles. Basically, there are four types of style, right? Autocratic, democratic, transformational, and transactional. So these various style, each have its own strength as well as its weaknesses, right? So understanding all these styles, it will help leaders. It can help leaders to choose the most effective approach for a different situation, right? So the first style is autocratic leadership, which means that autocratic leaders, they make decisions without consulting their team, means they act like king and they just give orders to their team members. This style, it can be effective in situations when quick decisions are needed, right? So such as in case of any crisis where a quick action is needed to be taken. However, it can lead to low team morale if used extensively, right? As team members, they may feel unvalued, they may feel disengaged in their work. Now, we can say that democratic leaders, the second is democratic leadership. The democratic leaders, they involve their teams in decision making. Unlike the autocratic leaders who just rule over their team, democratic leaders are the one who involve their team in the decision making. Now, this approach, it fosters a sense of ownership and collaboration among the employees, right? Which leads them towards a higher job satisfaction and with more innovative solution that can be applied, right? So, however, it is very much time consuming, and not all the decisions may be suitable for this approach. Now, the next is transformational leadership. Transformational leaders, they inspire and motivate their team by creating a shared vision and by fostering an environment of enthusiasm and commitment, right? So they focus on the personal as well as the professional growth of their team members. They encourage them to exceed their own expectations, means they can do better than whatever they have done. This style can lead to high levels of engagement and performance. Last style of leadership is transactional leadership. Transactional leaders, they use a system of rewards and even the punishments to manage their team. This style is only effective for achieving the short term task and maintaining a routine work. Means, however, it may not be suitable, or it may not inspire long term commitment and the creativity, because it just focuses only on the compliance than the innovation. Now we come to the importance of leadership. So the first point of leadership is importance of leadership is guidance and directions. Okay, which means that leaders, they provide a clear vision and they set specific goals, which ensures that everyone in their organization, they know what they are working towards. Means, what are they working upon, what they are working towards. Like, this clarity will help them to align the efforts of all the team members, and it will help them to keep everyone focused on and now the second is positive work environment, which means that good leaders, they create a supportive and a motivating atmosphere where team members, they feel appreciated and valued. Now the next feature is support and encouragement. Now, leaders provide the necessary support and the encouragement to their team members, for to help them overcome the challenges and the obstacle whatever occurs in the operations of the organization. This support, it will foster a resilience and a confidence within the team, means which will enable them to tackle the difficulties whenever it occurs. Now the next importance is effective communication. Leaders ensure that communication within the team is very clear, it is open, and also it is very honest, means it is transparent. Now the effective communication, it will help to prevent the misunderstandings, it will help to resolve the issues quickly, and will keep everyone informed and aligned with the organizational. The next point is trust and respect, which means that good leadership builds trust and respect among the team members. Leaders who demonstrate the integrity, who demonstrate the honesty and fairness, they earn the respect of their team which leads them to a stronger and more cohesive group, right? Next point is motivation and inspiration. So leaders inspire and motivate their team by setting an example and showing the passion for the work. This inspiration, it could encourage the team members to put their best efforts and can strive them for the excellence in their roles. Next point is problem solving, which means that leaders, they are adapt, or they just identify and address the problems quickly and efficiently. Means this is their job role. They have to do this so as to solve the problems as and when it occurs. So they will guide their team through challenges. They will help to find effective solutions and maintain momentum towards achieving the goals. Right. So the next point is talent development, which means that leaders will recognize and will nurture the talents and potentials of their team members. They will provide the opportunities for growth, for the development, which will help individuals to to advance in their careers and and will also contribute to the overall success of the organization. Next point, conflict resolution. Leaders play a crucial role in resolving the conflicts within the team. They address the issues fairly and constructively, which means that they will have to ensure that disputes are settled as and when they occur, and these disputes, they do not hinder the team's performance. Next point, innovation and creativity. Effective leaders, they encourage the innovation and creativity within their teams, right? By fostering an environment where new ideas are welcome and explored, leaders drive the organizational towards the continuous improvement and adaptability in a changing market. Next point, accountability. Leaders hold themselves and their teams accountable for their actions and the performance, whatever they are performing. They will have to be responsible for that, or we can say they have to be accountable for that. This accountability will ensure that everyone is responsible for their contributions, and that highs the standards are maintained. Now, the next point, vision and strategy. Leaders develop and communicate a clear vision. And a strategic plan for the organization. This strategic direction, it guides the decision making and will help the team to understand the long term objectives and how their work will contribute towards the attainment of the organizational goals. Now, the last importance is empowerment. Now, leaders will empower their team members by by delegating the authority and by giving them the autonomy to make decisions. This empowerment will boost the confidence, will enhance the job satisfaction, and will also encourage the initiative and the innovation. Now, overall, we can say that strong leadership is very crucial. It is very essential for the success of any organization because it drives the productivity, it fosters a positive work culture, and it also helps and it also makes sure that effective communication is there, and it helps the team to overcome the challenges by providing the direction, by providing the support, and by motivating the team members. Leaders can create an environment where everyone can, they can thrive and they can work together to achieve their common goals. So the next is functions of leadership. Okay, so the first function is setting goals and visions. So the leaders, they have to set clear goals and a vision for the teams or for the organization. They will have to define what needs to be achieved and create a roadmap for how to get the achievement or how to attain the organizational objectives. This involves understanding the strength and the weakness of the team as well as the external challenges and opportunities that occurs in the organization. Now, setting up of goals and vision, it gives direction and purpose to the team. It helps it helps everyone to understand their roles, to understand their responsibilities, which will foster unity and will motivate the individuals to strive towards the achieving of the organizational goals. So the second function is motivation and inspiration. Leaders can inspire and motivate their team members to perform their best. Means they encourage the enthusiasm, they encourage the commitment by recognizing the achievements, by providing the encouragement and by creating a positive work environment in the organization. Motivation and inspiration will boost the morale and the productivity of the employees. When leaders support and uplift their team, it builds the confidence and a sense of belongingness towards the organization. It will also foster a culture of dedication and passion, which will lead to the greater job satisfaction and hence the overall success of the organization. Now, the third function is communication and coordination, which means that leaders will communicate effectively with their team, which will ensure that everyone understands the goals and the task and the expectations, whatever is being expected out of the team members, right? So, they listen actively. They will provide the feedback and which will foster open dialogue to address the concerns and keep everyone informed regarding the operations of the organization. Means clear communication is very essential because it helps to reduce any misunderstandings, it improves the collaborations, and it even enhances the teamwork. It ensures that alignment towards the common goals, which will facilitate the problem solving as well as promote a harmonious work environment. Now, the fourth function is decision making. Leaders make timely and informed decisions to move projects forward and to solve the problems. Now, they will analyze the information, they will consider the alternatives, and they will also choose the best course of actions for the team, for the organization. Because effective decision making, this derives the progress and the innovation. That will help to enable the leaders to seize the opportunities and to manage the risk and adapt to the changes whatever are occurring in the market or whatever are occurring in the outside environment. Decisive leaders, they can inspire the confidence and trust in their team, which will foster a culture of accountability and hence the achievement. Now, the next function is developing others. Now, leaders will mentor and they will develop their team members by identifying their strength, by providing them the feedback, and by offering opportunities for growth and for the advancement. They will encourage the continuous learning and support career development, right? So, it means that developing others, it builds a skilled and a motivated workforce of your organization. It will enhance the individual's capability, their job, increase job satisfaction, and it will also strengthen the team's overall performance. Now, effective leaders, we can say, they empower others to reach their full potential, which will contribute to the long-term success and sustainability of the employees and hence the organization. Now, the next function is conflict resolution. Leaders manage conflicts that arises within their teams or the organization. They mediate disputes, they address the disagreements, and they even find the solutions that satisfy all the parties involved, right? So this involves listening to different perspective, to promoting the open communication, and it also fosters a collaborative environment in the organization. Because conflict resolution, it reduces the tension and it improves the team dynamics. It promotes unity and solidarity among the different team members, which will allow them to to focus on their work without any interpersonal distractions. Effective leaders, they create a supportive and harmonious workplace where everyone feels valued and respected. Now, the next function is team building. Team building here means that leaders build effective teams by fostering the relationship, by promoting the collaborations, by creating a sense of belongingness. Means they can encourage the teamwork, they celebrate the success together, and they support each member's growth and development as well. Now, we can say that strong team, they achieve more than the individuals working alone. Obviously, means leaders who prioritize the team building, they will create a supportive environment where trust, we can say, where trust and mutual respect are taken into consideration. Now, they will leverage the strength of each team member by maximizing the productivity, and which will also help to achieve the collective goals of the organization very effectively and efficiently. Now, the next function is monitoring performance. Leaders monitor the performance of the team or the organization to track the progress towards the goals, which means they assess the individuals and they assess the individuals and collective achievements. They identify the areas for improvement and they provide the constructive feedback to support the continuous growth of the organization, which will lead the organization towards the success. Monitoring performance, it ensures that accountability and drives productivity, right? So it helps leaders to identify the strengths and the weaknesses. It helps to allocate the resources effectively and to make the informed decision to optimize those outcomes. So by measuring the progress, leaders can adjust strategies and support their team members in achieving their full potential. Now the next function is risk management. Okay, leaders assess risk and development. They develop these strategies, I would say, to mitigate the potential threats to their team or the organizations. Means they anticipate the challenges, they make plans for the contingencies that might occur, and they implement the measures to to minimize the negative impacts on operations and objectives whenever any threat occurs. So, effective risk management will enhance the resilience and the sustainability. Now, leaders who proactively address the risk will protect their team from potential disruptions. They will maintain the continuity in the operations and they will also uphold their commitments to the stakeholders. It helps to foster a culture of preparedness, means being prepared for whatever will occur in the future, and being adaptable, which will enable the organizations to navigate the uncertainties which might occur in the future. So the last function is advocacy and representation, which means that leaders they advocate for their teams or the organization's interest, and they represent their values and goals to external stakeholders. Means that they promote the visibility, they promote they build the relationships, and they also influence the decision makers to support and advance their mission and the objectives. Now, advocacy and representation will strengthen the credibility and the support. Now, leaders who effectively advocate for their team or organization, they build trust, they attract opportunities for growth and for the collaboration, enhance which will enhance their influence in their industry or their community. Now, they ensure that voice is heard and their contributions are recognized. They are driving positive outcomes and they are sustaining the organization. Now we'll come to the theories of leadership. Okay, so there are three theories: trait theory, behavioral theory, and contingency theory. So first we'll come to the trait theory. Now, trait theory, it suggests that certain people are born with specific traits that make them natural leaders. Right? It means they are being born with such qualities that makes them a leader. Means that these traits can include their intelligence, it could be their charisma, it could be their confidence, better confidence, or their decisiveness. Means taking the best decisions, their quality. Means according to this theory, these qualities, they determine whether someone will become a leader or not. We can say that trait theory, it helps to understand why someone means why some people, they seem to become leaders effortlessly. Means without putting any efforts, they have those qualities because they are being born with such qualities, right? So it highlights the importance of certain characteristics in leadership, but may not simplify leadership, right? By not considering how skills can be learned and developed over time. This was the trait theory. Now we'll come to the second theory, which is behavioral theory. Means the behavioral theory, it focuses on what leaders actually do rather than to innate the qualities. Mean it suggests that leadership behaviors can be learned and can be developed also through the experiences, through training, and by observation of the other leaders. Means this theory, it categorizes the leadership styles into two main points: two main types, means task oriented and people oriented. Storage emphasizes that leadership is not just about who you are but also about what you do. Means it encourages the leaders to adapt their behaviors based on the needs of the team and the situation. It promotes the flexibility and effectiveness in the leadership approaches. Now, the last theory is contingency theory, which means that this theory proposes that the effectiveness of a leader depends on the situation. Means it suggests that different situations require different leadership styles or different leadership approaches. This theory emphasizes matching the leadership style to the circumstance, means such as task at hand, means the characteristic of the team and the organizational culture. This theory highlights the importance of flexibility in leadership. It encourages the leaders to assess each situation carefully and to choose the most effective approach to maximize the team performance or to achieve the organizational goals. This theory recognizes that there is no one side not there is no one size fits all approach to leadership. Means no one style of leadership will fix to a particular situation. Means this promotes the adapting to various circumstances for optimum outcomes. Mean different situation will require to adopt a different leadership style. It will always depend upon the situation and not on the leadership style. Now we'll come to the case studies. Now we'll study two case studies on leadership. So the first case study is about leadership in our classroom. Okay. So Sarah is a teacher in middle school. She notices that some students are not participating actively in class discussions and group activities. Okay. As a result, the overall engagement and learning outcomes of the class are affected. Means students are not participating, due to which the overall performance of the class is being affected. Okay. So the first question is, how can Sarah use leadership to improve student participation and engagement in her classroom? Okay. So what can Sarah do here? She can decide to to implement a more inclusive and participatory approach, right? Which could involve creating a supportive environment. It would involve clearing the setting the clear expectations by facilitating the decisions sorry by facilitating the discussions among the students, by providing them the feedback of their performance, and by leading by examples, by providing them the best examples whatever can fit in the situation. Sarah here, she will have to encourage the open communication and value each student's opinion, right? So that she can make her classroom a safe place where everyone feels comfortable. They can share their thoughts and ideas without fear of any judgment. Sarah can set the clear expectations for participation, and she can also explain why it's important to participate. Mean she can let students know their contributions, and contribution matters, and are very essential for which are very essential for everyone's learning. She can use various techniques to engage students. She can ask open-ended questions. She can use different group activities, and she can even allow students to express their creativity by giving the best or the different innovative solutions, right? So last but not the least, what she can do is she can demonstrate the active participation herself by by being attentive, by being respectful, and by showing the genuine interest in what students have to say. So this sets a potential positive example for students to follow. Now the next question is, why did Sarah notice some students were not participating actively in the discussion? Okay. So why were the students not participating? Sarah can observe that some students were not participating actively because they may have half felt shy. They may feel so. They may be unsure of themselves, or they may be afraid of being judged by their classmates. These could be the reasons due to which these students were not participating in the class. Now, next question: what did Sarah do to improve the student participation in her classroom? So, how can the participation be improved? So, Sarah could have taken several steps to to improve the participation. She can create a supportive environment where students feel safe to share their thoughts. She can set the clear expectations for participation, and also she can explain why it's important for everyone to learn. She can facilitate the engaging discussions, and she can facilitate different activities that will encourage the students, to participate. Sarah can also, she can provide constructive feedback to students to engage, to encourage themselves to contribute more towards the class. Now, next question is, how did Sarah's leadership impact the classroom atmosphere? Now, Sarah's leadership will impact the classroom atmosphere by students. When students will feel valued, they would be motivated to participate actively. She can increase the collaboration and respect among the students by asking them to participate in different activities. Learning outcomes can be improved when students will engage more deeply with the materials. Next question, why is it important for teachers like Sarah to demonstrate active participation themselves? Means teachers will demonstrate active participation for students because it will encourage the students to follow suit and to participate more confident, right? It will also show students that their teacher values their input and their ideas, whatever they put forward, right? They can also demonstrate participating will help them to create a culture of mutual respect and engagement in the class. So the last question is, how did Sarah's leadership strategies contribute to students' overall educational experience? Which means that uh, how can it contribute? It can contribute in a way that increasing their engagement and involvement in the class by through discussions, through activities. She can also focus on improving their communication and their critical thinking skills through active participation through different activities, by organizing different quiz, by making them actively engage in the class. Means she can create a supportive and an inclusive learning environment where every student will feel encouraged to contribute and to learn in the class. We can say that these all questions, these illustrated how effectively leadership in the classroom can positively influence students towards their engagement and the learning outcomes in the class. Now we'll come to the next case study. It is about leadership in student clubs. Okay. So John is a president of science club at his high school. He notices that attendance at club meeting has been low and members seem disinterested in participating in club activities. Okay. So how can John use leadership to improve the attendance and engagement in the science club? John can adapt different strategies. He can promote the club benefits. He can organize engaging activities. He can even encourage the collaborations. He can provide the feedbacks and can make judgments, means positive judgments about the students. Means promoting a benefit club will involve that John can communicate the benefits of joining the science club, such as gaining the hands-on practice, explaining them the new ideas, and building the friendship like minded peers, right? So John can play an interesting and interactive activities for club meetings. That planning might involve science experiments. It can involve debates and field trips to to science museums or to labs. He can encourage the collaborations. John can foster a collaborative environment where members can share their ideas, they can work together on projects, they can contribute to planning the future activities, right? So John can acknowledge the students and can reward them for their participation and their achievements in the club. For example, certificates of recognition for as a small incentive by which the all the students will feel motivated and they will pay attention towards the class. Next question is, why did John notice low attendance and disinterest among club members? Now, John noticed low attendance and disinterest because members may not have understood the benefits of joining the club, or they might have found the activities very uninteresting for them, right? So the next question is, what did John do to improve the attendance and engagement in the science club? Now, John took several steps to improve the attendance, right? So he had promoted the benefits of the joining the club, such as getting hands-on practice or by building the friendships, right? So he had organized fun and interactive activities like science experiments and field trips to museum. He could have encouraged the collaborations among members to work on the projects and to share their ideas. He can recognize and reward the members for their contribution towards the club. Now the next question is, how did John's leadership impact the club environment? It can impact the club's environment in several ways. Like attendance at meetings increased as members became more interested in participating. This was a strategy which was used by John. Like meeting in a member, it was a strategy adopted by John, like meetings, by organizing the meetings which had increased the members attendance, and they were more collaborative and teamwork among the members during the club activities. It was it was very enhanced, which helped them to participate in the club activities. Members, they felt appreciated, they felt motivated to contribute to the club's success. Now the second last question is, why is it important for club leaders like John to seek feedback from members? Now, seeking feedback helped the club leaders like John to understand what members enjoy and what they find challenging or uninteresting, right? So it allowed leaders, or it allowed John to make the adjustments and improvements to the club activities based on the members' preferences, whatever they liked and whatever they disliked. Through feedback, he was able to to analyze that the opinions of the students, whether they are valued or not, encouraging them to become friends and to become more involved in the club activities, which ultimately improve their attendance and hence their performance in the science club. Now the last question says, how did John's leadership strategy enhance the overall experience of being in the science club? Okay, now John's leadership strategy made the science club a more enjoyable and a rewarding experience for the students or for the members. Now members had opportunities to learn new skills, to explore their interest areas in the science, and to build the friendship with their peers or with their members friends. The club became a supportive and an inclusive community where members felt very valued, and they were also motivated to participate in the different activities of the science club. John's leadership helped to strengthen the club's reputation and to attract the new members who were interested in science and learning together. Now, the next topic is supervision. Supervision is essential in any organization. It involves overseeing the work of others to ensure that tasks are completed effectively and efficiently. Supervision plays a critical role in guiding and supporting their team, helping to achieve the organizational goals. Supervision is basically overseeing the work, means whatever the employees are doing, managers will oversee their work and will supervise them if they are doing it in a wrong way. Now, there are certain characteristics of supervision. Now, supervision is essential in any organization, right? It involves overseeing the work of others to ensure that the tasks are completed effectively and efficiently, right? So, the characteristics of supervision are, first is clear communication, which means that effective supervisors, they communicate their expectations, their instructions, and even the feedback in a clear and straightforward manner. This helps to ensure that all the team members, they understand their roles and their responsibility